Hi everybody, this is Tom Menifee, CTO at AVST, and I'm here to talk to you about a recent announcement from Microsoft. Microsoft announced that as part of their Exchange Online unified messaging solution, they are discontinuing support for session border controller access. What does this mean? Customers that have an on-premise PBX will no longer be able to connect into the Exchange Online unified messaging service. Customers will need to have deployed an alternative solution. And we'll walk you through a few of the options presented by Microsoft and talk to you about what part AVST plays in that. So the challenge, as I mentioned, Exchange Online will no longer offer direct SBC access for third-party PBXs. So if you have a third-party PBX, third-party meaning not Microsoft, that you have deployed at your premise, you won't be able to integrate that any longer to Exchange Online unified messaging. So today, access between the third-party PBX and Office 365 or the Exchange Online, you'll have to find an alternative approach. This also impacts for those customers that are using Exchange on-premise. So you've got your own Exchange server, you've got unified messaging deployed, you have it integrated to your third-party PBX. If you want to move to Office 365, that's going to be a problem. You're going to have to solve the same connectivity issue before you make that switch, because that direct SIP integration into Office 365 is no longer going to be available to you. So what are the options? Option one, complete the migration from that third-party PBX over to a Microsoft solution. So Microsoft's top choice on that, Office 365 Cloud PBX. If you make that move, then this situation will no longer apply to you. Option number two, complete the migration from that third-party PBX to an on-premise Skype for Business. Option number three is kind of a hybrid of those, where it is possible to deploy some Skype for Business components on-prem and integrate your PBX into that to then push out to the Office 365 environment. Option number four, for customers where option number 1, 2, or 3 doesn't work for them, the other option is to deploy an alternative unified messaging system. And that system could either be hosted or on-prem, but essentially the system will integrate to your third-party PBX and integrate into that Exchange Online or the Office 365 environment. So it's a way to keep both of the components that you currently have in place, your on-premise third-party PBX, as well as your Office 365 environment, but deliver unified messaging through an alternative solution instead of that which is provided by Microsoft. So guess who falls into that fourth category? AVST. We're a leader in unified messaging and really considered by the analysts to be the best-of-breed solution in the unified messaging space. We've got years and years of experience here with integrating with the various PBX products that are out there, as well as integration into Microsoft technology, whether that be Exchange Server, Exchange Online in an Office 365 environment, as well as Skype for Business integrations. With our option, what we're doing is we provide that connectivity into the Office 365 environment. So we're going to integrate into your third-party PBX. We're going to integrate into Exchange Online, and we're doing that using Microsoft's APIs that they've approved for this purpose, and we take care of that configuration solution for you. The AVST solution, CXE, will provide all the telephonic type application interfaces. So the things that involve a phone, playing audio, recording messages, that sort of thing, that all is done by CXE. But what we've done is designed a special integration for Exchange customers such that they can continue to use the Outlook forms provided by Microsoft. So an Exchange customer already has the Outlook forms deployed and installed on their users' desktops, such that those users can utilize the functionality provided by Microsoft. That piece can stay the same, so when they play a message, it's still played via that Microsoft provided form, but anytime they use the telephone, that's an AVST provided. So it's really a best of both worlds, where all the telephony applications and interfaces provided by CXE are available to the customer, but they can continue to use the familiar Outlook interface that they've been using as a user of Exchange So our options, we've got the CXE platform. It's recognized, as I mentioned, best of breed solution, and why that is because it's extremely flexible in deployment options. It's very scalable, provides secure options for customers that want that. So it's really a very flexible solution in how you deploy unified messaging, even if that's different for different groups of users within your organization. We can integrate with any PBX out there, whether it's premise or cloud, and we provide the added benefit of allowing the users to continue to use their Exchange Outlook form. As I mentioned, our side of it, anything that's telephony related, the telephone user interface, the voice user interface, those are all AVST provided. Added benefit for Exchange customers is Exchange only had one telephone user interface. We can emulate a lot of different systems. So if you have users that really like an Octel interface, or you have some that really like the AVST interface or the Nortel interface, we can provide all those on the system, and you can deliver them on a user-by-user basis. Personal greeting management, message waiting control, out-call notifications, SMS notifications, all those kinds of things are controlled by the CXE platform, and you've removed those functions from the Exchange environment. Because Exchange is no longer directly connected to the PBX environment, we take on those capabilities. In addition to just unified messaging, there's a number of other applications available. We've got a very flexible automated attendant solution. So for customers that weren't able to do as much as they wanted to with their auto attendant with Exchange they'll see greater flexibility with the AVST product, interactive voice response, informal call center, speech-based personal assistant. All those functionalities are available to these customers. And finally, although people will deploy us to integrate with that third-party PBX, we'll support the migration from that PBX over to Skype for Business when that customer is ready. As they start to migrate over to Skype for Business as a voice system or as a PBX system, we can help them in that migration process. As I mentioned, we integrate with all the PBXs out there, so whatever you have, whether it's 20 years old or it's relatively new, we've got an integration for it, and so we can solve that issue for you. As far as our relationship with Microsoft, we are a gold partner within their partner program. We've got competencies in two areas: communications, which is really the Skype for Business product, and then messaging, which is Exchange. So for unified messaging, as you move over to Skype for Business, we're a gold partner in both of those areas. We've got various Microsoft credentials as well, platform ready. We participate in their TAP program currently in their Skype for Business Trusted App TAP program. We've had independent verification through folks like TechVision as well. As far as the applications being delivered, this is really focused on the unified messaging component, but it's a voicemail platform. It's a unified messaging platform, automated attendant, IVR, mobility, call center. It's a very broad solution set that's available to customers that move over to CXE. So in summary, you can no longer connect your on-premise third-party PBX into an Exchange Online unified messaging environment. So Office 365 customers that are using Exchange looking for alternatives, AVST has a great solution for you.